Okay, hello everybody. Thank you for joining us today for the Rossum's December product updates. Excited to share with you our latest enhancements on the Rossum platform. So with me here today, as per usual, if some of you are joining not for the first time, Jason Albasha, our Enterprise Solutions Engineer, and I am Maya. I'm a Product Marketing Manager here at Rossum. So before we jump in, as per usual, let's go through some housekeeping items. This webinar will be recorded. So if you have to jump off at any point in the middle of it, or if you wanted to share the recording, we will upload it on YouTube. It will be in public access. So you'll be able to return to it or share it or do whatever you want with the recording. We want it to be as interactive as possible. So following our presentation, please feel free to submit your questions using Q&A or chat at any point. We want to take all the questions. If there's something we are not able to answer due to time constraints or anything else, we will make sure to follow up after the event. And of course, always, if you think of some other questions later on, or if you want to keep in touch with us, at ask at Rossum AI, our team wants to hear from you, and we're always monitoring and wanting to make sure that you're receiving all the answers to your questions. Last but not least, we do have a rolling feed of all the latest updates. So if you just wanted to get some quick highlights of what's new in the platform, feel free to go to the webpage updates.rossum.ai to learn more about what we've been up to. So yeah, let's jump right in. So we didn't want to keep one of the most exciting things for last. One of the things that's been a massive improvement is the massive speed up in processing times. So our R&D teams delivered the new architecture that allows the processing speed up improvement on AI engines. It includes hooks, it includes document uploads. And so what happens is all customers benefit from it. And you could see here on the top curve, the blue one, you could see how processing times, which includes importing the documents and prediction on the documents, the AI predictions, had been improving over time. So this curve had been steadily going down from about 5 minutes in 2020 to around 3 minutes in 2021. And now the speed up with the latest speed up release, our processing times in the 90th percentile, which means that 90% of all the documents are being processed in under 1 minute. And then, of course, you have for your reference the 50th percentile, which is also a median. So you could see the projection there. This curve has been going down as well very steadily. And we have a very impressive improvement there as well, from 1 minute in 2020 to 1 minute just a year ago. And now it's just under a quarter of the minute time. So again, this is the massive speed up in improvement, and this will affect everybody equally. Next one, we have improved line item and table accuracy. So this is interesting for anybody who is using line item extraction or table extraction. So this is how Rossum worked before this release, and this is how it's still working in the essence. So you see that the accuracy is benefiting out of the box from the pre-trained data that we have, and AI already knows how to recognize certain data across the variety of document from the get-go, just because it's been trained already across so many different industries, across so many different layouts. And it's been just increasingly improving over time. So the AI is training with every single click. It's a supervised learning, meaning that when users are using the AI and they're performing correction and validations whenever it's needed, the human in the loop contributes to the AI constantly learning and improving on a regular basis without spending additional time on training. So with this new improvement and the release that is currently already active across the platform, we just gave everybody an additional bump in accuracy. So you could see that there was usual curve from the beginning, from pre-trained AI, and anybody who's using Rossum would be improving with the dedicated training, will be improving the performance of the AI. But this improvement, which is 16% on average, improving the accuracy, it just gives everybody a bump into the learning curve. And then after that, the curve continues as usual with the same trajectory, but we just give everybody sort of an additional head start with this one. So again, 16% improvement on average is one that we are currently seeing, but we are guaranteeing at least 5% bump in the accuracy improvement across the board. So at least 5%, but we're currently seeing 16% improvement. And of course, it will be improved more and more as our teams are working on the improving the accuracies again. So this is something that takes you from extremely accurate to the most accurate in record time. And now I will be passing the baton over to Jason. We have some of the new additions to the Rossum Store. So Rossum Store is our marketplace of ready-made extensions integrations. At this point, it's just about over a year old, and we've been working a lot on this. Our teams have been adding at least one extension or integration on a monthly basis. So it grew quite a bit from just having 6 extensions when we started last year to now having a variety of different extensions that could be useful for different verticals, different industries, different departments and teams. And so, Jason, feel free to take us through what's new in the Rossum Store.
Hi, everyone. Maya, do you actually mind if I share my screen? Is that okay with you?
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you. I'll just pick it back up where you left off. So yeah, new additions to the Rossum Store. So we have 4 new additions. We have a calculations extension, an SFTP export, and 2 new integrations. I'll walk through each of those before I pass it back to Maya. The calculations is an exciting addition. What it allows us to do is to calculate and deduce values that are not on the document based on values that are on the document. So typically you could think of this as there's 3 values, one of them is missing, but we have the other 2. For example, the quantity, if it's missing, we can deduce that using the net unit price and the total amount, or any of those 3 are missing, we can deduce it with the other 2. Or for example, the tax or VAT amount using the tax rate and the total amount, or if the VAT rate is missing, but we have the VAT amount or the tax amount and the total amount, we can deduce the VAT rate, depending on the requirements of your end system. We also have a new SFTP export. What this allows Rossum to do is to automatically export the data. It comes into Rossum processes it, and then it automatically exports to a shared folder. This is used as the foundation for a lot of integrations. It will allow us to streamline the integrations because the information is automatically leaving Rossum to a shared folder where your end system can just pick it up and process the data. Same as previously mentioned, we demoed the NetSuite integration. We now have the Coupa integration. It allows us to integrate with Coupa, match against extracted data against the master data, and create invoices within Coupa. And last but not least, a little more information about the Coupa slide. The integration, we receive documents into Rossum. Rossum does any data matching or validation from the user, and then it exports this, like we said, to the foundational of the SFTP server, which then feeds into the Coupa application. Coupa feeds information back into the SFTP, which feeds back into Rossum's data matching object and allows the system to continue on and on. And last but not least, our UiPath integration. It enables rapid integration of Rossum with the RPA platform. Moving forward, we have a lot more releases to come. Maya, I think that's it from my end. You could take the reins back. If you don't mind, I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So yeah, I just wanted to emphasize again that Rossum Store is something that's breathing and living, and we keep adding more extensions on a monthly basis. So moving forward, we want to add more to improve versatility by further productizing third-party integrations and certifications that we have there. And then we also want to add to the breadth of use cases. So readily extensible extensions that help you save the time and add value at different stages of your document processing workflow. This is regardless of the department, regardless of the team. And again, if you wanted to know what we are currently working on and what we delivered, feel free to go to the updates.rossum.ai to figure it out and to read through our latest releases in more detail. So with that, I just wanted to say that we are working on 200, on average, it's 100 plus improvements over every single quarter. So this is just the highlights that we're showing to you, but there's a lot of more things that we have and we're working on. And yeah, this is it. This today was short and sweet. Let me see if we have some questions in the chat, but now it's the time to ask questions, reach out with any additional details that you wanted to ask us about. Let me see. So yeah, Eugene had a question, how to get in touch. So yeah, at Rossum AI is one way. But of course, if you drop something in the chat or the Q&A, then we'll be able to pass information on to our teams. Do we have any other questions? Let's see. I think we're good. What are you most excited about, Jason, in this release?
I think the SFTP webhook, it allows a lot of flexibility and allows us to integrate more quickly into a lot of end systems. Hovika asked the question about the SAP extension. It's in the works. No exact update as of now. I didn't check on it right before the webinar, but we can look into it and see if there are any updates. We can send them directly over to you. Thank you for the question. We appreciate it.
Yeah, to add to this, we do have some SAP extension in the works, and this is with our partner MLR. So please do reach out either through a representative or at ask@Rossum AI, and we'll be sure to share the details with you. But yeah, as Jason said, this is something that we want to make sure that's fully ready before we show in the demo. And but we do have something that might be interesting of you.
And maybe you could clarify which version of SAP you're talking about.
We currently have sort of we have 6.0 and S/4HANA. I know that there is the team is working on that, but as I mentioned, please reach out and we'll be able to provide you more details. I'm not sure. Jovica, I think, is the name. What exactly fine, but feel free to reach out in more details. Availability, it's an alpha state. This depends. If you could provide the information on the version, we'll be able to maybe give you a better judgment or better guess. So our partner is actually very experienced with this, and with them, of course, they require some certain level of customizations, but we would need to sort of see where you're standing and what exactly you were interested in, which version of SAP, and what's your workflow there.
Hey, Emma. Yeah, go ahead, Maya. You could field the question.
Yeah, go. So Emma is asking, is there a specific format needed to export into landmark key prime? I'm not sure I would have an answer for this. What about you, Jason?
I don't know if we have an answer for it. If there is a specific format, usually there is. We'd have to basically customize the structure of the export. So like a lot of integrations are based on JSON or XML, but they have to be in a specific format for your end system to be able to understand what it's saying. So what we do is we structure that each export is in that format. So then it just exports it to, for example, the shared folder that we just discussed. And from there, your end system is able to pick it up in the appropriate structure. Usually there's some type of restructuring of the format.
Cool. Yay. So do we have any more questions? In general, on the extensions, and I think this is also worth mentioning, Rossum Store is also available in the free trial. So you could also go and make a free trial and try it out and see what extensions are available. There's a special section that's available for how to set up the extension. Of course, our Rossum representatives are always there to feel free to reach out for any sort of guidance and help on the setup. But everybody very much is able to explore and see it with their own eyes without having to jump over Oops. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you could contact your customer success manager, your CSM. If not, we can put someone in touch with you so we can have someone reach out to you. Thanks for the questions. Let us know if you have more. Abdesalam, regarding AI, after how many invoices or documents does the training allow for automated capture? So Abdesalam, it depends on the complexity of the documents, the variability in the layouts, the data set provided. It really is case by case dependent. We have a small graphic that may be able to help illustrate this. This is from one of our case studies. Maya, can I share the screen, please, really quick? This is from one of our case studies with a real estate contract. So it's not just invoices. When we talk about documents, when we say invoices or documents, we just mean documents in general, any type of semi-structured document. And so we can see at around the 500 document mark, we were in the 80-90th percentile of accuracy, but it's not just a switch flip, right? So at around 300 documents, we're right around the 65 or 70 percentile for accuracy. But again, it really depends. It's on case by case, but we have use cases for BOLs, for COA, certificates of analysis, invoices, real estate contracts, media contracts, like television network contracts. So we have a lot of different use cases that we've tackled, and with satisfied and happy customers in all of them. Is there another question?
Yeah, I think we're all good. And just to add to what Jason was saying, again, it depends on the complexity of the documents, but in many cases, because of the pre-trained AI and because of the data pool that Rossum is able to learn from and had learned from in the past, a lot of the times you would see the higher accuracy, higher quality of extraction right out of the box. So yeah, I could also suggest either to reach out to us if you wanted to have a customized demo, or try it out while a free trial. Usually people are able to see the returns straight away from the free trial when they put on their sample. All right. I think we are through all the questions. Okay.
Yeah, and just sorry, I saw Abdesalam, he did mention invoices. So to be specific about that, that invoices can be handled with some of our out-of-the-box solution. So you automatically, like Maya mentioned, out of the box, you're already getting a certain type of accuracy. With the dedicated engine is for anything that's typically not invoices, or we don't have an out-of-the-box solution. So for invoices and certificates of analysis, we do have an out-of-the-box solution. So you don't even need to hit that 500 mark.
Right. Just wanted to share again one of the slides that we talked about, and this is exactly what we're talking about. So, we don't start from zero on invoices specifically, and throughout a lot of other documents, we start on the specific pre-trained pool of information that AI had learned from in the past. So it's already able to return to you the high quality of instructions from out of the box on many of the invoices. Well, I think we're through all the questions. So unless Jason, you wanted to share some last thoughts, remarks.
I think an attendee has their hand up.
Do we have somebody with a hand up?
Manish?
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Q&A here. How about receipts? Yeah, Manish, receipts, we've tackled receipts before. They're highly variable. It really depends. There's no standardized format for receipts. So, receipts can be crumbled up, taken out of the pocket, a picture taken of them, and, they were already bad quality before that. So, if you have a sample set, you can show us, or some data set, at least some samples you can share with us, we'd be able to better guide you. But I'd hate to give you an answer without knowing more, as it would be based on no data or no facts. Manish, does that answer your question? You're up on stage right now. You can talk if you unmute yourself. Would they need a lot of training and retraining if we have low sample set? So if you have a low sample set, again, we'd have to see it. There could be some that honestly, like our AP engine just works out of the box. But there could be some where we just need to train an engine to a satisfactory level after 200-300 documents, or we'd need more documents, or they're just too low quality. And if it's the sample set's is too small, then it might not be worth automating it really. No problem, Anish. I can have someone reach out to you and so we can share that sample set with us, and we can let you know what type of results we can expect from that. I think that's it, unless anyone else has any more questions. That's it from us. Oh, that would be cool. We can send in more detail. Oh, great. Thank you, Manish. Sounds good. We'll have someone reach out to you.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Again, feel free to reach out to our teams at ask@Rossum AI. We'll be happy to answer all your questions, and have a nice day. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.